Thank you, Sandra. So I'm a bit of a new member of the ESPON family, so to say, and I think today I'll be speaking also on behalf of a lot of INTERREG programs. I'm working in the joint secretariat of our program, Germany-Netherlands. I'm the one coordinating all the program evaluation issues. And I'll just briefly describe the context in which we work as programs, and then I'll naturally come to the need and the expectations that we have towards ESPON and its contractors. My program is among the larger of the cross-border programs. We are expecting a total investment of nearly $500 million in this period, and we're actually quite well on track to achieve that. We have a very long-held tradition of cross-border cooperation in my area that has actually started long before EU funding and INTERREG. We have a lot of really nice projects in our area and a lot of motivated project partners who are telling us that they have actually benefited a lot from the experience, and they can tell really nice stories about their projects. We have 15 program partners, national, regional authorities and Euro regions that are ensuring a smooth implementation of our program, and that are even topping up the EU funds that we receive with their own money. And we have, of course, DG Regio in Brussels, who've been very supportive and we've done a great job recently in promoting really what we are doing in the border region. What we and all other actors in this field, including the Commission, are actually missing or not having to the extent that we would like to have it is hard and concrete and measurable evidence of what we're doing, of the impact of our programs and the change that we are bringing about in the border regions, or in fact, any kind of impact of our programs that you can measure in a systematic way. So what we do have is a kind of a fair understanding of the direct outputs and results of our projects. We can simply ask them, and we have the output indicators according to the framework of the other cohesion policy programs. So we can roughly quantify the output. But there is a first problem with that, and that is that these indicators are capturing like thematic output, but what they do not capture is the cooperation aspect of our programs, which is actually the added value that our programs have, and which is what the difference is between us and the mainstream cohesion policy programs. So so what we really need is some aggregate evidence on what is going on in our regions and on what we are achieving with our programs. Because we have to inform our policymakers about this. We have to communicate to the broad public about this. We have to justify the continued existence of our programs, and also, of course, the use of taxpayers' money for these issues. And we also have to have some data back up to ensure better programming of our programs in the future. On the ground we are convinced that we have an impact, and we are even obliged to also measure it in this current period for the first time. So we and also our evaluators are often struggling, and the question that we have and that we want answers to are our programs actually just too small to have a really measurable impact on the ground? Or do we just not have the right methodologies or indicators yet to measure this? And even if we know good methodologies and indicators, so what about the availability and the comparability of data on all sides of our borders? And what about all the other factors that influence territorial development and impact? So how can we really see what the net impact of our programs is? And is it possible to compare and aggregate this on a European level? And finally, how can we show and depict this in a nice way to all of our stakeholders? So this is where ESPON comes in, I think. And this is kind of where we need help. because as programs we are already operating a very complex environment, and our first task is just to ensure the implementation of our programs. So we have very little resources left to deal with impact assessments, evaluations, and so the funds that we have for that are very small compared to the task and the challenges that I just described. So what we need and what we want ESPON to do is first of all to let us know which of their activities and parts of the database are actually relevant for us, because ESPON and its activities are still not known to many program actors on the ground. It's recently changing a bit, and ESPON has become more active also, which we really appreciate, but we still need some guidance also through the activities and the data that ESPON already has. So secondly, of course, we want ESPON to address all of the issues that I just told about. So really territorial development in our regions, and especially evidence on impact of our programs. And we need guidance in terms of both methods and indicators, and also in terms of data, of course, which is the issue that always comes up in this context. And following this line of thoughts, we are also expecting and needing ESPON to also cooperate with the other actors that are currently helping us to deal with all these issues, which are our own evaluators that some of the programs have already appointed, which is the INTERREG program, who is also doing a great job with supporting us in terms of setting out methods for impact evaluations that we can use as a small program. And also with, of course, the statistical office. Valeria also just mentioned that our German and Dutch statistical offices have just started cooperating, so we really hope that this is also a good thing and that we can include them somehow in all the processes. So I think that's what ESPON can do for us.